Long ago, in the ancient land of Canaan, there lay two cities near the Jordan River, known as Sodom and Gomorrah. These were cities of great wealth and prosperity, where the streets were lined with luxurious homes and bustling markets. Yet, beneath the veneer of affluence, the inhabitants of these cities were infamous for their wickedness and moral corruption. The people of Sodom and Gomorrah engaged in acts of greed, violence, and cruelty, completely turning away from righteousness. Their hearts were hardened, and they showed no compassion to the poor and the helpless among them. The cries of the oppressed reached up to the heavens, and the Lord was deeply grieved by the iniquity that pervaded these cities. The patriarch Abraham lived in the nearby plain of Mamre. One day, as he sat at the entrance of his tent during the heat of the day, he looked up and saw three men standing nearby. Recognizing that these were no ordinary visitors, he hurried to greet them. With gracious hospitality, he invited them to rest under a tree and provided them with water to wash their feet and food to eat. It was then that the men revealed their true nature. They were messengers sent by the Lord. One of them spoke to Abraham, telling him that Sarah, his wife, would bear a son despite her old age. However, as the men prepared to depart, their conversation turned grave. The Lord confided in Abraham that the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah was significant. The Lord intended to go down and see if what they had done was as bad as the outcry that had reached him. If not, he would know. Concerned for the righteous people who might live there, Abraham approached the Lord and asked if he would spare the cities. The Lord agreed that he would. Abraham, knowing the depth of the city's depravity, continued to negotiate, reducing the number from 50 to 45, then to 40, 30, 20, and finally 10. The Lord assured Abraham that even for the sake of 10 righteous people, he would not destroy the cities. Two of the Lord's messengers arrived in Sodom in the evening and met Lot, Abraham's nephew, sitting at the city gate. Lot, recognizing their divine nature, bowed down with his face to the ground and insisted they stay at his house for the night. As they dined, a mob of wicked men from the city surrounded Lot's house, demanding to have their way with the visitors. Lot pleaded with them to desist from such evil, even offering his own daughters in place of his guests. The mob grew more hostile, threatening Lot himself. The messengers then intervened, pulling Lot back into the house and striking the mob with blindness. They revealed to Lot that they were sent to destroy the city and instructed him to gather his family and flee. With urgency, Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters fled the city, being warned not to look back. As the dawn broke, the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah, engulfing the cities, the plains, and all the inhabitants in a fiery judgment. Lot and his daughters reached the safety of a small town called Zoar. However, Lot's wife, driven by curiosity or longing, looked back at the burning city and turned into a pillar of salt. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah was complete, serving as a somber and eternal reminder of the consequences of living in sin and turning away from righteousness. Yet, even in this tale of divine wrath, there is also a message of mercy, a reminder that even a few righteous individuals can stay the hand of judgment and that divine justice is always tempered with compassion.